Next up, we have Zecotek Photonics. This is a photonics technology company operating in 3 divisions: imaging systems, laser systems, and 3D display systems, with labs in Canada, Korea, Russia, Singapore, and the US. These guys are currently commercializing over 50 patented and patent-pending novel photonic technologies. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to the CEO, Dr. Fawzi Zarrouk.
Can you hear me? Do I just have to stay here, or oh, it's okay? Okay, I'll be covering today. I'll summarize some of our activities. So I'll just go forward in here. So Zecotek has 3 divisions: imaging, display, and lasers. We have been on the market for the past 6 years. The technologies, and we are a research and development company with 25 scientists, and we are located mainly in Singapore. We have joint laboratories in the United States, University of Washington, as well as in Seoul in Korea. We subcontract our technologies to established companies. We have one in China, and I will talk a bit more about the rest. As a research and development company, we focus on protecting our patents. We have invested thus far about $35 million. We have over 50 patents and covered in many jurisdictions. Okay, I'll cover the imaging technologies. Crystals, they violate actually the famous Moore's law. These things are long-lived. They have 15-year cycle, so when they are used, you have to wait for another 15 years before somebody smart comes up with a new idea. Scintillation crystals are radiation detection crystals, so they are used in gamma cameras and medical imaging, high energy physics. They are combined with solid state detectors, which read the light that's converted by the crystal, and they are connected to a series of electronics for data processing and data acquisition and data processing. This is a fast-growing market. It addresses the nuclear medicine, most specifically molecular imaging or PET scans. PET scanners are really the ultimate tool for diagnostics and for critical imaging. It's very key to diagnostics, whereas MRIs, CT scans, and X-rays are mostly anatomic imaging, so that they take fixed images. PET scanners look at the evolution of the disease and at the very early detection stage of a disease, especially in oncology, neurology, and now in cardiology. So the 3 technologies that we have in there, that is the scintillation crystals, solid-state photodetectors, and the integrated module, which includes the 2+ data acquisition and so on, address the nuclear medicine market, also the high-energy physics market, especially CERN and the large particle accelerators. And the detectors now, because of the range of light spectrum that they have, work in the infrared and therefore very valuable for the automotive industry. So you will see that the sound sensors will be replaced by infrared sensors in the auto car industry. Combined together, they represent $10 billion market over the next 5 years. Zecotek is the forefront runner in these technologies. Our main competitor is Hamamatsu Photonics, the world leader in the photonics field, and they have monopolized the market in the photodetector area, where it is a $1.52 billion market, selling photomultiplying tubes. Hamamatsu is now converting from PMTs, phototubes, to solid-state detectors. They have been the name in the market. They have been the main suppliers of imaging products to the big companies such as GE, Siemens, Philips in the medical imaging field. And they have been, for the past 15 years, the main supplier of components to CERN, to the high energy physics. I'll tell you a bit more about Hamamatsu, and then I'll tell you the partnership that we have with them. So 80% of their total sales is photodetectors. It's $1 billion annual global sale. 80% of these detectors, or 80% of the PET-CT market, is captured by the detectors produced by Hamamatsu. The industry, or the PET OEMs, as well as the high energy physics, have changed or have progressed into the high resolution sector. So PET scanners now have to be higher resolution, high spatial resolution for early detection. And the old components that Hamamatsu was making and other crystal manufacturers just do not fit the bill. Zecotek has the technology for the next generation of PET scanners, and Hamamatsu was the natural partner for us, in the sense that they are the vehicle to the market. They have the customer base, they have the manufacturing capability, and of course they have the credibility and sustainability. So Zecotek partnered with Hamamatsu in the summer of 2013. We have had some interesting movement immediately after our agreement, the signature of our agreement, which was followed by a $2 million order of crystals. Now, these crystals are for the development of the first solid-state-based PET scanners by the big OEMs. So until now, the market has been using PMT-based PET scanners. Resolutions are acceptable, but not what the medical industry really requires. We also have strategic partnership with the CERN, with the Center for Nuclear Research and High Particle Physics Research, which is one of the biggest consumers of crystals and photodetectors. As I don't know if you've been following the development in the scientific field, but CERN is a multi-billion-dollar project. And last year, they have detected what they call the God particle, which has been seen at very high energies, but not high enough to be able to verify many of the physics models that have been proposed out there for the understanding of our universe at large. So millions of crystals are used in such detectors and millions of photodetectors. So it's a significant opportunity for our technology. Now, as the CERN is multiplying their energy for the next 2 years, they cannot use the old crystals because of blackening. Radiation hardness is not there. Photodetectors of the old get fried. And so Zecotek has come up with a new generation of photodetectors, new generation of crystals that will replace the old and allow to multiply these energies and be able to capture such intense radiations. As we are not manufacturers, Hamamatsu was the right vehicle for us. They have been the main supplier, as I said, to CERN. So it's a natural type of partnership which works for both of us. Other partnerships, the Beijing Optoelectronic Technology Company, and they are the main manufacturers for our crystal. We have subcontracted them for that. The rare earth metal, or the rare earth component in this scintillation crystal is produced in China. China controls 95% of the raw material. So it was a very optimal type of a contract, in the sense that not only they can secure the cost or the price of the raw material, but they can also play a second role in protecting our IP. The scintillation crystal is a big business, and then you would have many Chinese companies obviously having a keen interest in reproducing that, and there is no better way than to actually get a Chinese company protecting your patent in China. That's one way of doing it. We also have a partnership with NewCare, which is a medical imaging company in South Korea, where they are integrating our detectors, crystals, and all the readout electronics into one single module, and they work in conjunction with our partnership with Hamamatsu. The fabrication of our photodetector, which we call MAPD, started before our partnership with Hamamatsu, and this was for the development and the fine-tuning of the detector, and it was done by the NNFC Center in South Korea. And we have a long-term relationship since 2003 with the University of Washington, where we integrate all these technologies to allow us to combine two important modalities, and that is a PET and an MRI. MRIs give you, as I said, anatomic images. PET scanner gives you molecular images. When you combine both of them, it is really the ultimate tool for very early diagnostic of cancer, of neurological disorders. So, and I do believe that that's the ultimate tool for the future in medical imaging. Obviously, when you are churning so many patents and so many intellectual property and so many new technologies, patent infringement is one of the things that are part of this business, and it's unfortunately one name in the game. So in 2012, we filed a lawsuit against Saint-Gobain and Philips. Saint-Gobain being, of course, a French company, that a multi-billion-dollar company that was growing crystals for Philips and for the PET OEM industry, and they were growing the old type of crystals. Philips is an OEM of PET scanners, and they are crystal users. We are suing Saint-Gobain for infringement, and we are suing Philips for willful use of an infringed product. This case has been in the court for the past 2 years, and we are now going through discoveries and what have you, whatever goes with litigation, and we're hoping to hear very soon the ruling on the Markman hearing, and we are told that it's going to be rather shortly. A positive ruling of a Markman hearing from a statistical point of view shows that the plaintiff always gets away with it, wins in 80% of the case. So we're very hopeful. We have a very strong case, and we look forward to a hearing sometime in the summer. Such kind of infringement has already been recorded between Siemens and Saint-Gobain, and it was over an 18-month infringement period, and Siemens was able to capitalize on this, about $60 million. An ongoing Siemens versus Crystal Photonics has been settled, and we're hoping to see some movement in our case in these next few months. The second division deals with 3D display, and as you all very well know, 3D display was a big hype of the past in the past 3, 4, 5 years. It was based mainly on glasses, 3D autostereoscopic displays that used a TV as a host. Unfortunately, the TV market is a dying industry. Nobody watches TV anymore, and as a family, everybody goes and, the kids look at their own laptop and iPads and what have you. So that's, unfortunately, is something that's going to disappear out of our homes, and we will have some other means of entertaining ourselves. But 3D glasses, not having the host in there, and obviously having all kind of drawbacks, has not really made the market as it was supposed to. Zecotek is the company with a unique approach to 3D display. It is autostereoscopic, so no glasses are used. It preserves parallax, so you can see right and left just as we look at each other. And it has multiple viewing, and it's what we call time sharing. So therefore, it will require lots of speed. And the fastest component for addressing 3D display is a DLP. And DLPs have been here for many years, but they remain the fastest element for addressing either TV or any type of display. Now, until OLEDs and LEDs become as fast, we will remain with a back projection system, so probably about 4 or 5 times the form factor of a flat display. And TV is definitely not the application we were looking into. So we let the wave of 3D display glasses-based systems pass, and now we have a great opportunity with 3D printing. Now, rapid prototyping is 20 years old, but now it's coming up, and the market is becoming more aware, and it's one of the hottest technologies nowadays. You can either use lithography or laser sintering and what have you, and you'll be able to print almost anything at home one of these days. But it will also revolutionize industry when we go from rapid prototyping to rapid manufacturing. So it will not be labor intensive, mostly capital intensive, and therefore you'll be able to produce anywhere in the world. You do not have to look for cheaper labor. The contribution of Zecotek is, although we are actually now launching some programs in 3D printing because of our strength in laser technology, but we're going to capitalize on our 3D display as an interface to any 3D printer. So the 3D autostereoscopic display will allow the image to be portrayed, and you can visualize the artwork that you want to develop, and you can use gesture technology to be able to rotate it, add components, and then press print for a printer. So it's an open opportunity. 1 minute. The key milestones for this coming year, well, last year we partnered with Hamamatsu, and that was in July. We had some initial orders of crystals from Hamamatsu. The Markman hearing, we're hoping to hear something this January. And then we also have some long-term contracts and discussions with PET OEMs. We are answering, and we're working very closely with CERN for orders on LFS crystals and MAPD, the photodetectors. We should be making an announcement of our integrated module for medical imaging sometime in March. There is a new high-performance solid-state photodetector that will be announced sometime in Q2 of 2014, and many other several patent announcements of 3D crystal detectors and so on. So a very exciting phase of Zecotek after 6 years. Now the industry is changing. The industry is now ready for our components, and this is really the time for us to capitalize on this. Thank you very much for listening.